So in today's video, we're going to be going over the creature vote for the Lost Island map, which is coming to official later on this year. If you guys are not familiar with what's happening here, basically it's a modded map and it's going to be added to official just like some of the other ones have in the past. And we're going to be getting 3 real life dinosaurs that will be added as well. First one has already been announced. It's the Carcharodontosaurus. We have a video about the Lost Island and that creature if you want to check that out, link down below. The second one has been predetermined but not announced, and then the third one will be chosen by the community. So over the last month or so, basically we've all had the opportunity to come on here, submit our ideas, and upvote the ones that we like, and the top 10 upvoted ones have been added to this poll. So over the next week we have basically the opportunity to choose the future of ARK in terms of creatures. So yeah, currently we have around less than 3,000 votes, so bear in mind the results I'm going to show you right now will vary quite a lot over the next few days, if not hours. But currently we have the Dinopithecus in the lead with around 30% of the vote. That's around 825 votes. And then we have the Carcharodontosaurus coming in with around 27% of the vote and around 760 votes on that. And then we have the Yiki, maybe? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That's coming in around 200 votes. And then the rest of them are all kind of not that many, but again, bear in mind, this could change quite a lot. One thing I do want to say is that I will not be telling you guys what I'm voting for, and the pure and simple reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want you guys to be sheep and just vote for what I want to have added to the game. I don't want to be that guy. So yeah, make your own decision, look at these creatures objectively, think about how they could fit into the gameplay, and if something excites you, vote for that one. Because honestly, this should be a player vote and not a influencer vote. So that's why I'm not going to be telling you guys what I'm voting for. And I really hope all the other guys do the exact same thing, because I just don't like people influencing the vote. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, we're going to be going through all these creatures here today, and real quick before we get into it, I just want to mention, if you look at this page, I'll have all this linked down below, by the way, the vote and everything, but if you look at this page, don't actually take the dossiers for fact. Just because it says it on there doesn't mean that this is actually what the creature's going to do. Just think about the creature, maybe do some research about the creature, and maybe you can even look at some of the ideas that people submitted about them. It's quite a lot of comments and stuff like that, so there's tons in there, but Wildcard will essentially take whatever creature we choose and they'll sort through all the ideas and everything and basically add those ideas themselves. So we don't get to choose what the creature will do, we just get to choose the creature itself. So yeah, figured I should just mention that. This is all just fan art that's just used to kind of represent the creature roughly. So anyway, we're going to be going through all these creatures, so let's begin. So the first one that we're going to go over is the Sinomacrops, which is I believe, newly discovered dinosaur. A couple of years ago it was discovered, I believe. So here's kind of what we're seeing on Google. Not a huge amount about this creature. It is a small pterosaur, so it's going to be pretty much, I would say if it was added to the game, it would probably be around the same size as a Dimorphodon. A lot of people have been comparing it to these guys from Star Wars. Honestly, can't remember their names. I've just blocked out those movies from my memory. But anyway, yeah, so this essentially would just be a small creature that would likely be a shoulder pet. I believe the running idea that a lot of people had was that it would act as a little backpack, and it would kind of reduce your weight and slow down your jumps and everything. Personally, I'm not a major fan of having a shoulder pet added as the creature, but you know what? If the community wills it that way, then I suppose that's what we're gonna get. But yeah, essentially this is going to be a tiny creature, probably breedable. I mean, I would imagine it definitely would be. I mean, to be honest, every single dinosaur would be breedable and probably mutatable as well, so that's pretty exciting actually. We're not getting any original creatures that may not get bred or anything like that, so I don't know, that's pretty exciting. But yeah, we have just a lot of different photos here. A lot of them are kind of showing the exact same kind of thing. Not a huge amount of information about this creature, but yeah, that is the Sinomacrops. So next up we have the Dinopithecus, which is another primate creature. We actually have quite a few Pithecuses in the game currently, but yeah, this essentially is almost like a prehistoric baboon. So here's a rough kind of scale of the Dinopithecus as opposed to modern day baboons and man right here. So it's not quite as tall as man, but it is quite bulky and big, so it definitely would be rideable if we got it. But I believe some of the running ideas for this creature was that it essentially would have the ability, oh my god, that's terrifying. It would have the ability to use weapons and tools and stuff like that, which is honestly really cool. I like that. We have the mantis that can already do that, so I figured maybe a couple more creatures in the game could do that. That would be interesting, especially if you could shoot guns off of it. I don't know, that would be kind of amazing. You could like set them up as little auto turrets with their little pistols or something. I don't know. But yeah, essentially this would be another primate, like obviously smaller than the Gigantopithecus, bigger than the Mesopithecus, and kind of like a mid-tier monkey like creature for us. I don't know, I actually kind of like this. I think this could make a really interesting addition to the game, and I actually kind of think it suits the map as well. The map is like, there's quite a lot of jungle in the map, so having something like this could be really interesting. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this one. Oh my god. Oh, this would be terrifying, but it'd be so cool. Honestly, this is great. I like this one quite a lot. Also, I believe this is a reference to that one painting that I can't remember who made it, but it's like a father eating his like infant son. I've seen that before. So next up we have the Ceratosaurus, and this would obviously be a carnivore creature. So this actually is a really interesting dinosaur. I quite like it actually. I like the little horn on its face. It's actually kind of big compared to humans, but it looks a lot smaller than some of the other creatures that we have. Like it will probably be smaller than a carno, maybe by like a little bit. Although I think most of the creatures in ARK are already bumped up in size anyway, but I don't know, this could be a really interesting, like kind of like bigger than Raptor Dinopithecus creature, but like smaller than Carno, so it would probably still be quite agile and everything. I don't know, I actually would not mind if this got added to the game. This was actually one of the first creatures that came to my mind as soon as the creature vote became like a thing and got announced. Immediately I thought, hey, Ceratosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, Acrocanthosaurus, like all those creatures just came straight to my mind. But I don't know, I actually think this could be quite interesting. There's quite a few ideas that came in with this, but like, let's be honest, it's a carnivore. We all like running around on carnivore dinosaurs. They're all really fun, they're all really fast, and it's got a horn, so it probably would do some sort of bleed if anything. But yeah, I don't know, this would actually be a really interesting dinosaur to have. So next up we have the Gorgonopsid, and this is a basically just a giant Moschops, let's be honest. No, not really, obviously, but in my mind, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's kind of like a Moschops, kind of like a Palavius slightly as well. It would probably be bigger than both of these creatures, as you can kind of see here. There's a couple different comparisons. I believe, is this the one? It's kind of hard to tell with that photo. You know what, here's a perfect one right here. So it would be smaller than a human, but it probably would still be pretty beastly and definitely rideable as well. I mean, considering that we can ride on Moschops, we can definitely ride on something like this. It would probably be bigger than a Palavia, but maybe smaller than like creatures like Thylas and stuff like that. Maybe around the same size as like a saber or direwolf. But yeah, this would be a really interesting dinosaur. Obviously, there's so many ideas coming in for something like this, so I'm not going to go over every single one. But a couple ideas that I have is almost kind of just like another like pack hunting creature. I think that could be quite interesting. But yeah, no, this is pretty exciting. I wouldn't say it's definitely one of my favorites, but I also would not mind if this got added to ARK. So next up, we have the first water creature on this list, the Liviatan, which is essentially a whale. And here is a good comparison right here compared to an orca, and then obviously humans as well. We already kind of know the size of an orca, but it's pretty much almost like twice the length and size of an orca. In ARK though, it would definitely be bigger than the megalodons, even though those are actually scaled down quite a lot. But it would definitely be smaller than a mosasaur. So I don't know, this could be quite an interesting addition, but I do have one bit of criticism for like any water creature that gets added. We do have to kind of take into account that the water section on this map might not even be that vast or that cool. So adding a water creature to a map like this doesn't really make a huge amount of sense to me, unless it's amazing. You never know, it might actually be a really nice ocean, but I don't know, something like this would have made a whole lot of sense on the ocean like biome in Genesis or something. I don't know, just in my mind, that's kind of the bit of criticism I have. I would kind of be a little bit annoyed if this got added and it didn't get added to all the other maps as well. Yeah, I don't know, that's just something in my mind. But anyway, yeah, this actually would be quite an interesting addition. We don't actually really have that many whales. We have the Liviatan, which is just terrifying. I really hope this thing doesn't go for rafts as well. That would be bad, as you can see. That is terrifying. It's, oh no, wait, oh my god, no, this one's gonna go for canoes for sure. No, not our canoes. Anyway, yeah, this could be an interesting addition, obviously. Like, in my mind as well, when the creature vote came out, initially I was thinking, yeah, you know, like an actual like water creature would be quite cool, but then all those other criticisms that I've already laid out came to my mind as well, so I didn't really try to submit anything. But I did look at quite a few different creatures that we could look at for the ocean. But I don't know, yeah, this obviously would be quite cool, but at the same time, is it the best map for it? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. So next up we have the Bison latrifons. This is essentially a prehistoric bison that was a lot larger than modern day bison. So as you can see here, we've got like a decent size comparison. It is bigger than a human, and obviously it's gonna be a bison, so it's gonna be gigantic and like probably have some sort of charge as well if we do get it added. I don't know. I think this actually would be quite interesting, you know, having something that is like very close to what we have nowadays. I don't know, something like that would be really cool. But if they do add this, I really hope that they also add some sort of skull decoration that we can hang on the wall. I don't know, I've always liked like the bison skulls in like Western movies and stuff that you see in the desert and stuff like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, something like this could be really cool. Obviously, it would have some sort of charge. It would probably have a good amount of carry weight on it as well. And I do believe that obviously the females wouldn't have these big horns as well. So if we did get this, we would probably get a male and female version of it. So I don't know. I'm excited for this. This could be really cool, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. What are some of the ideas that you guys would want this creature to actually have itself? Like, again, there's so many like things that have been pushed for this creature, but I don't know. I think some sort of like, you know, mid-tier like running around creature would probably be faster than a rhino, so you'd be able to charge on things, make them bleed and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of like that, but also maybe like a gathering creature too. But we do have so many gathering creatures in the game, and now they're all overshadowed by the Strider. But yeah, I don't know. I would be excited for something like this to be added. Next up we have the, and I'm going to butcher this name so bad, Tangy. I probably did not pronounce that right, but anyway, yeah, this essentially has been marketed as a fishing pole creature. I did not know this thing existed. This thing is terrifying. Like, what? It's like a little like sauropod under the water. I do not like it. It's like the thing of nightmares. Like, what on earth? It's like a weird like freaking compy stretched out and just thrown into the water. Yeah, no, this would be very scary. I had to laugh when I saw this in the creature vote, honestly. It's obviously not going to be a rideable creature. I mean, if it is, then we're probably going to break its back. Maybe it can wrap around you, though, considering its weird long neck. So essentially, this is being marketed as like kind of almost like a fishing pole creature. So essentially what we would have is it would be able to be used for fishing, gathering fish, probably also getting the loot when you do the fishing mini game. Why is it being compared to a cat? I have no idea, but yeah, I don't know. This could be interesting, but again, like when I think of what creature we should add, in my mind, it's always a rideable creature. It's always something cool, but yeah, I don't know. This is definitely an interesting idea. Maybe here's one thing that I kind of have. I don't know. I kind of have like an opinion that maybe Wildcard might eventually add some of these creatures anyway, even if they don't win the vote. Something like this could be interesting. I don't know if I'd want this to be the winner of the poll, though, considering we only get one choice. So I don't know, but it's definitely an interesting idea. So props to whoever came up with this. What is this? Is this okay? No, that's clearly. I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. So next up we have the Yiki. Again, no idea. This is a small, like, shoulder pet size creature that would be able to loot some little loot drops and stuff for you and bring you whatever's inside, I suppose. Maybe also hold some tools. But just in general, this would be another small creature. So again, not a major fan of this type of idea. It's definitely an interesting idea, though, nonetheless. Yeah, it would be kind of like pretty much, I don't know, it almost kind of looks like a little bit bigger than some of the other creatures that we have on our shoulders. So maybe like a little bit bigger than almost like a Microraptor kind of size, but maybe a little bit bigger than that. It's kind of hard to tell, but honestly, this actually does look like an interesting little dinosaur. I did not know this existed. Like, it's kind of crazy how many creatures people are like pulling out of the woodwork, and like I don't think anybody really would have heard of too many of these. But yeah, no, I have to say I'm really impressed by people's ideas here. But again, not a major fan of this. But if you guys want a little creature that you can use to like maybe potentially, again, all these ideas are just kind of hypotheticals, but it would potentially be able to be used to loot little like cave drops and stuff like that, and bring you the loot and stuff. I don't know, if you guys are looking for something like that, then vote on this type of creature. But I have to say, I feel like mutations would probably look really cool on this little guy. It almost looks like a little freaking dragon for some reason. I don't know why. Just this photo here with the like webbed wings almost kind of looks like a dragon to me. But yeah. So next up we have the Sukomimus, which is another like river creature similar to your Spinos and your Baryonyxes. But yeah, this would kind of be like the mid-tier between a Baryonyx and a Spino, because it is bigger than a Bary, but it is a lot smaller than a Spino. Here's a rough comparison of it to a human. Do we have a Spino? No, that's okay. That's another thingy. Wait, no, that's something else completely. But yeah, these guys are actually in Jurassic World Evolution. Here's a really nice render of it in that game. So it would kind of look somewhat similar to this. They've got like this kind of like arched back as if they would almost have a sail like the Spino, but they do not, of course. So again, this would be another river dwelling creature. I mean, the rivers are already kind of terrifying enough if you've got Barys and Capros and stuff in them, and then the Spinos obviously can just charge at you with their water boost. Something like this could be interesting though, because it would make those rivers even more terrifying. Maybe making this more of like an ambush creature instead of something that will just come after you and just swing its tail and like stun you for a little bit. I don't know. I actually would be very interested in this creature getting added as well. Obviously, like pretty much anything like this would probably be a pescivore as well. So you're gonna have like pretty much like a whole set of river creatures now that we can just use if this did get added. And there's quite a lot of rivers and waterfalls and everything on that map as well. So it actually kind of does suit the map a little bit too. But yeah, I don't know. I would actually be quite interested in this guy. Plus, I love me some Mimus. So the last creature is the Carcharodontosaurus, and this is a large carnivore creature. It historically has been bigger than the T-Rex and Giga, but I don't think if they added it to the game, they're probably not going to make it bigger than the Giga, because we all know the Giga is well scaled up. I do believe that it's in around the same size as a Giga. Well, at least it was IRL. But yeah, this actually could be interesting if we made it as a creature that's like mid-tier between a Rex kind of Spino size to a Giga. It would be a little bit bigger than those guys, but obviously a little bit smaller than the Giga. Maybe it could almost be like a rival to the Giga as well if they made it like roughly the same size. I think that actually probably would be very exciting. Who the hell made this? Also, that's a Spino. But yeah, here's a rough comparison of it to a human. I do believe there's a couple different types of this creature as well. There's a couple different genius of it. But I'm not exactly sure which one we have in the vote right now. But yeah, anyway, so this would essentially be another large carnivore creature, which is always a pretty exciting sight to see in the game. But yeah, I don't know, something like this could be really interesting. This again was one of the creatures that came to my mind as soon as the creature vote came out. In my head, I'm not saying I'm voting for this one, but I am saying that I would kind of like to see a big dinosaur getting added to the game. I mean, it's been a long time since we got a large carnivore dinosaur itself. The last one that we got was, what was that? Probably the Yutyrannus. So yeah, I don't know. Something like this could be really interesting. And if they made it big, but also still like gave you the ability to bring it into boss fights, it could definitely shake up the game quite a bit and maybe also get a ton of people interested in the creature itself. But yeah, I don't know, something like this would be very ideal. If they don't add it in the poll, I'd love to see them add this or the acro at some point to the game. Honestly, like just big carnivores is what we need. We have quite a few, but a couple more would definitely shake up the game. And yeah, I don't know, I'd be very interested in it. But guys, that is all 10 creatures in this vote. So choose wisely, choose the one that you like. Again, don't just take my word for what I'm saying here today and my opinions. Definitely go through, look at all the creatures, look at some of the ideas that people put forward for them, and then make a vote, make your choice based on your own opinion. Definitely don't let people influence you. It's the worst thing ever, honestly. But anyway, yeah, that is it for today. Hope this video has kind of shed some light on some of these creatures for you. Again, I probably could have went into more detail with them, but it's kind of hard when there's so many different ideas that are thrown out for them, and Wildcard hasn't necessarily outlined what they like and what they dislike, so we kind of just have to go off the creature itself and kind of hope for the best that they pick really cool abilities for whatever we choose to be added. But anyway, that is it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And obviously this creature vote will end in a week, so definitely hop on, make your account if you don't already have one, and definitely get your vote locked in. And yeah, in a week's time, I will obviously do another video announcing what we are getting added to the game, and hopefully it's going to be a really cool one. But yeah, that is it, and I will catch you in the next one.